What's up guys, in today's video we're going to learn how to edit like Devin Jatho, and this is part 2 of a 3-part series where I'm going to be breaking down some of his edits on Instagram. If you haven't checked out part 1 yet, make sure to go to my channel and check it out. It's very informative, and we're going to be breaking down this edit today. And as always, all the assets are going to be down in the description for you guys to download and follow along for absolutely free. And yeah, let's cut the bullshit and get straight to the video. The first thing you want to do once you're in CapCut is to drag the background at the bottom, and then you want to drag the raw vid right on top of it. Okay, the first thing we want to do is to do the target, the dartboard, which is pretty simple. You want to go frame by frame, and around here, that's when it appears. You drag it here and then you extend it to the end. And for the scale, you want to put it down to 42%, and the opacity, you want to tune it down to 45. And then you make a keyframe here, and you want to go frame by frame to when it's the brightest, probably around here, like 10 frames forward. Put the opacity back up to 100. Now you want to position it somewhere like this. Is pretty good. Yeah, after you've done that, we're gonna do the line here first, and as you can see, it's like changing color a little bit. Okay, you want to go to text, and then you want to drag a text here, and you go frame by frame and see when it appears, probably around here. What you want to type in text is just a bunch of dashes, around 30 to 40 dashes. You want to put down the character to around -4 and uncheck the uniform scale button. For the width, you want to do 128, and for the height, you want to do 404. And now it looks pretty good. And we're gonna do the animation first, and then we're gonna position it. You go to color, and then you go to the color selection thing, and you press here. Now it's the same color. You're gonna make a keyframe, and then you go frame by frame and see when the colors stop changing. This is really subtle, but you can probably see it. I'll say around here. Go back to the color selection thing, and you press it again. Now it's the same color. Now you want to position it. There you go.
Name a commonly desired goal within your niche, and then give.
Next up, we're gonna do the line animation, and there's multiple animations going on at the same time. The line animation, and then the scale and position for the target. And the first line is like getting smaller, and then it's moving there at the same time. And yeah, it's gonna get a little bit complicated now, but if you watch through the video and follow every single step, you should be able to do it. Okay, now you want to just copy and paste it. So Command C, Control C, and then Command V or Control V, and you want to delete the color changing animation because the color is not going to change anymore. And then you want to go frame by frame to when it starts moving, probably here. That's when you want that line to appear. And we're going to change some of the properties of it. For the scale width, we're going to put it to 52%. It's going to be shorter now, and you want to rotate it by 90 degrees, something like this. And you want to position it like this. Now you want to make a compound clip of both lines and the target. You want to make a keyframe here when it starts moving, probably here. You want to make a keyframe on the position and the scale, and then you want to go frame by frame to when it stops moving. Around here is pretty good. You want to put down the scale to 29, then kind of just position it. You want to zoom in and just position it. Nice. Now we're gonna do the animation of the line. Same thing. You want to go frame by frame, and you want to make a keyframe when it starts, and you want to go to mask, and then you want to go to horizontal, and you want to drag it here somewhere like here is pretty good, and you make a keyframe on the position, and then same thing, disable it, go frame by frame to when it stop moving. I'll say here probably. And you want to remember the x-axis. You don't want it to, you know, go everywhere. And then you drag it down, and then you copy the x-axis here, and let's see how it looks now. It looks pretty good. And now we're gonna work on the rest of the lines.
Step-by-step strategy.
As you can see, there's a lot of lines here, and it's gonna get a little bit repetitive, so I might skip over some of it. I might fast forward some of it because it's basically the same thing. You just gotta like do it over and over again, and it's gonna get boring. But if you follow along, you should be able to do it. Anyways, we're gonna do the horizontal line now. And what you want to do first is you want to click on the compound clip, and then you want to undo the compound clip. This way you can copy the shorter line here. Let me show you. We're gonna copy the shorter line here, and then we're gonna paste it out. But before pasting it, we're gonna press Control or Command Z, which is gonna undo the whole action. So you still have the compound clip, and now you have the small line as well. And obviously you want to rotate it back to 0 degrees. And okay, let me disable this first. And now you want to go frame by frame on the original video and see when it starts appearing. So around here, you move it to here and then cut it. Okay, as you can see, the line is a little bit too big and a little bit too long, so we're gonna adjust the line first. Okay, you want to go to the scale, and then you want to put the width at 36, and then you want to put the height to 35. And now you want to position it. Okay, If it doesn't look that good, you might have to play around with the position. Okay, it looks pretty good now. And we're gonna keyframe the position and the scale. But before making a keyframe, you wanna check the uniform scale, and then you wanna make a keyframe. And we're gonna go back to the original video and see when it stops moving. So probably around here. And now all you gotta do is you want to put the scale down to 17, which is going to be the same size as the rest of the lines, and then you just want to position it now. Okay, there we go. And now we have some like this. And then you want to make a compound clip now, and you want to do the masking animation. Go to mask, and then you want to go to horizontal, and then you want to rotate it by 90 degrees, and you want to put it around here. And all you gotta do is to make a position. You don't have to make the end keyframe because you already keyframed the position, and then the position is gonna move to the right side, so it's gonna be like this. We're gonna do the rest of the lines now. Okay, what you want to do is you want to go to the new compound clip that you made, which is this line, and then you want to undo the compound clip, and then you want to copy Control C or Command C, and then you want to undo the whole action by pressing Command or Control Z. You gotta paste it here, and we're gonna delete the animation first because we don't need it anymore now. And then we're gonna change some of the properties of it. We're gonna rotate it by 90 degrees, and then we're just gonna line it up. Okay, it's pretty good now, and we're gonna go back to the raw video, and then we're gonna see when it starts appearing around here. So we want to cut it to here, and then we want to see when it stops moving. That's when the line stops moving. So that's when you should end the keyframe. And now you want to make a compound clip so you can use the mask function, and then we're going to animate it now. You put it here, make a keyframe, and then you want to remember the X position, and then you want to go to the front and slide it back up, probably around here. And now we're just gonna do it for like 6 or 7 more times, and yeah, it's basically the same thing, but you just gotta do it over and over again. So I'll probably fast forward this part. And we are on our last line that we gotta make in order to finish this staircase, which is the long one. And I know you might be thinking position is not the same as the original video, but it's really hard to find the exact length and width that was used in his video, and he edited the whole animation in After Effects, which I think should be easier to make this animation, but you gotta see the finished product. It's gonna look pretty much the same. Anyways, you want to do the same thing, go frame by frame, and see when it appears here. And you copy and paste the compound clip, and you delete the mask, undo the compound clip this time. And first thing you want to do is to rotate it back to 0 degrees, and then we're gonna change some of the properties. We're gonna change the scale, and we want to get the width up to 43%, so it's gonna be longer, and you want to reposition it now. Okay, it looks nice now. And we're gonna do the compound clip. Go to mask, change it to 90 degrees as always, and then start from here, make a keyframe, and you want to remember the Y position, and then see when it stops moving, somewhere like here. And then put the Y position back, and boom, there you go. And now you should have something like this. Okay, moving on, we're gonna do some of the text. We're gonna do the step text.
Then give them
So step 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's pretty simple other than step 5 because you need a little bit of animation here. You want to go to text and drag it here, and for the font you want to use this one called Bold by 1. I don't think it's in CapCut, so you might have to download it, but you can use any other one you want. But this one is the closest to the one that was used in this video. And obviously you want to type step 5. And then you want to up the font size to 25 and select italic style, and for the scale you want to put it to 195, and you want to put down the opacity to 40%. Let's see what do we have here, and that's when it starts appearing. Cut it to here, extend it, So just put it here, and you want to make a keyframe on the opacity and the scale and the position, and then go frame by frame now. To probably around here, I'm gonna move this first, and then you want to put it back down to 68%. And then obviously you want it up the opacity to 100, and actually you might want to add a little bit of shadow too. Put down the opacity and add a bit of stroke, put down the thickness. Don't want it to be so thick, you know what I mean?
And then give them a...
And we're gonna do the rest of the text now. So you want to copy and paste step 5, and then you want to delete the animation. You want to delete the first animation first. I'm just gonna keep the second properties, and then delete the second one, change it to step 4, and now it's gonna be very easy. You're just gonna keyframe the opacity, go frame by frame. That's when it starts appearing, and then move it to there, put the opacity down to 40, and then make a keyframe, and then see when it's the brightest, probably around here, and you just drag it up to 100%. And then it's basically the same for the rest of the steps, so I'm probably gonna fast forward it, and yeah, I'll see you guys when it's done. And you should have something like this. It looks pretty much exactly the same as Devin's videos. Last but not least, we're gonna work on the caption. Go to text, go to auto caption, English, and then press generate. And you might have to, cut and chop up the cap. You want to make it the same as the original video. But before doing that, we want to change some of the properties first. For the fonts, you want to use the same bold by one. And then font size, you want to put it up to 23. And you want to add a bit of shadow and stroke to it as well. Put down opacity and stroke, put down the thickness. Something like this is good. And then you also want to do all caps. And yeah, we're going to start chopping up the caption. And this is the final result.
Name a commonly desired goal within your niche and then give them a step-by-step strategy on how to achieve that goal.
And yeah, that's it for today's video. If you like it, give me a like, drop me a sub, and let me know in the comment section what tutorials you want to see next. And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Peace out.